Hi everyone. We're going to do a little video, little recording, just based on spinal mobility, a little bit of work on balance, mainly on mobility and some of the fundamental principles of Pilates, done entirely in standing. So this is a nice video to do if you've missed a class. This could be done on a week where you can't make your class live in studio, or for anybody doing the Zoom program, the intermediates, just to come back to the fundamental principles of Pilates and to do something a bit gentler, bringing you back to your core, the core principles. Okay, so we're going to stand. We're standing with our feet together. Turn our feet out 10 to 2. And then rising our heels up and bringing them out so our feet are parallel to each other. We're going to work on our standing alignment from ground all the way up to the top of our head, okay? So we're going to just play a little bit with where we have our body weight, just transferring our weight from our right foot to our left foot. Little bit of investigating here how that feels. We'll do one more each way. Switching on all of our posture muscles here in this sequence, coming back to center, and then finding our center, finding ourselves equally on our right foot and our left foot. Okay, from there, we're going to bring our attention to our knees. We're going to soften our knees a little bit. So you'll feel then the muscles on your thighs and in around the hips all switched on, taking the weight, and we're going to pop our hands on our hips here. What I really wanted to focus on here is the pelvic movement and the pelvic positioning. Okay, so with the pelvic tilt here, what we're going to do is we're going to move the pelvis forwards, tilt it forwards, and then tilt it back. A few things happening here. One thing is we're trying not to change our weight distribution through our 2 feet. So we're trying to do this while staying centered on our 2 feet. And we're also doing it while keeping our knees slightly soft. So we're trying not to straighten our knees or bend them any further. We're just trying to keep them exactly the same. And then we're tilting our pelvis forwards and backwards. So pelvic tilt forwards, pelvic tilt backwards. Just imagine that your pelvis is like a basin of water and it's full to the brim. When we tilt forwards, then we're trying to spill the water out through the front. I think I have a little helper. Tilting backwards, the water will tip out through the back. Okay, so just working on that movement, see how it feels from a comfort point of view. Is your back stiff? Are you finding the movement difficult to coordinate? We're waking up our muscles here in our tummy, in our bum, in our legs, in our pelvic floor. Okay, we're going to do 2 more each way, and then find that center there. Centering through our pelvis now. So finding our midpoint between forwards and backwards, around halfway. Okay, and just staying there. Just feel what your muscles feel like. Feel the shape of your lower back. This is the way we should be standing all the time, believe it or not. So we're going to move our hands up a little bit further up and just find our lower ribs in the front. Okay, feel where they are. We're going to bring them slightly forwards without changing our legs. So we're bringing our lower ribs in front of our hips. Okay. And from there, we're going to walk our hands out to the sides of our ribs, and we're just going to take a nice big deep breath in, blowing out through our mouth. Breathing into our nose, blowing out through our mouth. What we're doing here is we're trying to bring the air to the sides of our ribs here, quite low down. So breathing in and blowing out. Lovely. And from there, we're going to walk our hands up to our breastbone and just feeling that we're relaxing, softening the breastbone here. So we're not sticking it forwards like so. We're going to soften it. Okay. And we are going to widen across our collarbones here. So just bringing our shoulder blades together at the back. We've got our palms facing in towards our body. And then we're going to lift and lengthen the back of our neck. Imagine that your head is like a helium balloon and it's just floating up towards the sky. I'm out here today on Sunday, lovely autumn Sunday in October. So really, really nice just to think about that connection with the sky, lifting up to the sky here with the top of our head, and then grounding our feet and knees into the earth below. Okay, so we've got this 2 directions moving in the body there. Okay, so from there, what we're going to do is just move our neck a little bit. So we're going to keep everything as it is. Our head is lifted up to the sky and we're just going to side bend. So we're bringing our earlobe to our shoulder. Back through the center and over to the other side. And up, lifting up through the center, reaching our fingertips down to the floor and side bending again. So if you can imagine here that your head is lifting up to the sky and our fingers are reaching for the earth. One more time each way. Beautiful. And breathing whenever you get a chance. Just not holding the breath. Coming back to the center, again, reaching our fingers to the ground and turning to look over our right shoulder. And back to the center and over to the other side. Back to the center and over to the right. Back to the center and over to the left. And one more each way. Breathing in and blowing out. Coming back to the center, we're going to bring our chin to our chest. Looking up to the ceiling, looking up to the sky if you're outside. Beautiful. Forwards, looking down at your toes. And lifting up, looking back up to the sky again. Let's do one more each way. Forwards, our fingers are continuing to connect to the floor. Back to center and into our shoulders here. We're just going to pull our shoulders up into our ears, initially into our head, and then we're going to push them down, 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 down. So reaching our fingertips for the floor. And up, 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 and push down, push down, push down. Push your shoulders down into your armpits and up, 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 and push down, down, down. We're breathing again, breathing in. Blowing out. Breathing in for 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and blowing out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in. Blowing out. We're going to keep going with the breathing, but just change the arms. We're breathing in. Blowing out. Reaching all the way back behind, behind, behind. Breathing in. Blowing out. Breathing in. Blowing out. Lovely. We're going to bring our hands behind our head. Our elbows are away from each other. And then we're going to bring our hands up our back, as far up as we can comfortably reach, reaching for in between our shoulder blades. And then hand behind head again. Elbows away, hand behind back, reaching up, not forcing anything in the shoulder here. Our knees are still soft. Our legs are still working. And let's try one more each way. Lovely. Hand behind back and back up to hand behind head here. We'll interlace our fingers for this one. We're going to breathe in. And blowing out, we're just going to side bend. Just the upper part of the body here. Breathing in. And blowing out to come back. Breathing in to prepare. Blowing out to side bend. Breathing in to stay. And blowing out to come back. Breathing in. Blowing out. Breathing in. And blowing out. Breathing in. Blowing out. Breathing in. Blowing out. Breathing in again. Blowing out. Breathing in to reach the arm. Blowing out to return. Breathing in. Blowing out. Breathing in to reach. Blowing out to return. Breathing in. Blowing out. Breathing in. Blowing out. Breathing in. Blowing out. Breathing in. This is a mermaid stretch. Blowing out. Let's stay here. Breathing in. Blowing out to turn the body. Breathing in. Blowing out. Breathing in. Blowing out. Breathing in. Blowing out. Breathing in. Blowing out. We're staying on the twist here to breathe. Blowing out. Breathing in. Filling our lungs up and blowing out to turn. Breathing in and blowing out to come back. Just resting our arms down. We're going to bring our hands onto the front of our thighs. Breathing in. Blowing out, we're going to bring our chin to our chest and just sliding our hands down to reach the front of our knees. Holding here. Breathing in. And blowing out to come back up again. Pulling our hips in under us. Lifting our head up and rolling our shoulders back 3 times. We're going to do the same thing again. Just lovely half spinal roll down. Breathing in. Blowing out into chest and down we go. Breathing in. Blowing out to come back up. Keeping your chin super glued onto your chest as we come up. Pulling our hips in under us, lifting our head up and rolling our shoulders back. We're going to do the same again. We're just going to come down sort of a little bit further, about mid-shins, okay? So breathing in. Blowing out chin to chest, and down we go. Holding here, breathing in. Blowing out to come up. Just stacking our spine back up 1 vertebra at a time, keeping our chin on our chest all the way, feeling our bum coming in under, lifting our head up and rolling our shoulders back. Same thing again, breathing in. Blowing out. Halfway down the shins, holding here. Our head is heavy and we're looking back between our thighs, breathing in. And blowing out to come back up again. And now we're going to go all the way down, breathing in. Blowing out chin to chest and down we go. Sliding down, just reach as far as you're comfortable to go. Whether it's your ankles, your toes, the floor. If your feet are comfortably, if your fingers are comfortably touching the floor, just reach your hands back to touch the backs of your heels. You're going to draw your chest down onto your legs. Breathing in here. Breathing out to stay. So we're just going to deepen the stretch and let go a little bit more. Breathing in. And blowing out. Keep your chin on your chest. We're going to come all the way up. When we're fully upright, we're going to lift our head up and just roll our shoulders back. Well done. Fantastic. Just a little bit of work into the legs. We're going to get our balance on one leg. We're going to just do some hip mobility work and some balance work here. So we're going to take our leg, lifting up, bringing the knee out to the side, back to the center, and just tap. And out and in and tap. We're going to do 3 more. We're trying to get our balance here on the standing leg. Lovely. Now we're going to do the same thing, just swap leg. Out and in and tap. Ooh. Out and in and tap. And out and in and tap. 2 more. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to go back to the first leg and do an inward turn. So just bringing our knee across our other leg and in and tap. Across and up and tap. 3 more. And stand nice and tall. Head is still lifting up to the sky. And swap feet 1 last time. Two more. Lovely. Okay, we're going to bring our feet together, bend our knees, rest our hands on our kneecaps, and we're just going to circle our knees. And if you look down at your feet, we're actually really moving around the ankles and feet. And we're going to change direction. Lovely. Straightening up. We're going to just rest on the ball of one foot and just circle that ankle. Let's do 5 times and then change direction. And the other foot, resting up. Change direction. Lovely. We're going to stand with our feet in parallel again. We're back to our breathing. So breathing in, blowing out. Turning our head to the right, breathing in, blowing out. Turning our head to the left, blowing out. Looking forwards, breathing in, back through the sides, breathing in out to the sides, and back down through the center. I'm just going to finish there with some nice big juicy shoulder rolls. Let's try 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done. I hope you enjoyed this little sequence. It can be done by anybody on the beginner's program, on the intermediate program, at any stage. It's lovely, it's deep, it's gentle, it's fundamental, it's everything. Coming back to sometimes the core principles, the simplicity of the breathing and the mobility and the posture and the alignment is the most important thing. And we build on all of those fundamentals then. So I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, and enjoy your day. Thanks so much. Bye.